Hey guys, John here. Today we got two modifications going down on the new 6th Gen 4Runner. The first one being an amplifier. We're gonna get the most we can out of this 14 speaker JBL sound system because it sounds just okay. The other one's gonna be a throttle enhancer to help out this little 4-banger turbo engine. Now, if you guys are interested in any of these products, a link and discount code, a healthy one, will be down in the description for you guys. And it's not just for 4Runner. It will work for Tacomas, Tundras, Sequoias, pretty much all Toyota products, both the amplifier and also the throttle enhancer. So let's go ahead and make use of the old 4Runner tires for this unboxing. Nice little care package, like I said, from Beatsonic, the parent company. We got some stuff for the amplifier. We also got some goodies in here, like some nice stickers. They hooked us up with some more sunglasses, nice microfiber towel to keep the matte finish on the 4Runner good and clean. We have the throttle enhancer right here. This is also Bluetooth, which is pretty cool. And we have the amplifier. We also have one for the Land Cruiser, which I may install later, but this is the little amplifier that we're gonna go ahead and install first. So let's go ahead and get a little before sound first. This is my equalizer and how I have it set up on the 4Runner, and we're gonna have this at 10 volume. Artlist.io. This should be royalty-free music. So the bass is fine. Clarity is decent with the 4Runner. And I'm very familiar with how this JBL sound system is. Her vocal clarity is okay. It's not the best system in the world, but it definitely isn't horrible. All right, let's go ahead and put in the amplifier now and see how it sounds. Here's the amplifier all unboxed. So it comes with some double-sided stickies to put it where we're gonna put it behind the 14-inch screen. It also comes with a pre-wired harness. This is a complete plug-and-play kit. And then of course the amplifier right here. And I've already preset it, so the gain for the rear, which is R, is gonna be at the 12 o'clock position. And then per their video, I just referenced the Tacoma one, I went ahead and put the front gain to about the 2 o'clock position. So I'll go ahead and link Beatsonic's installation in the description for you guys, but like I said, I referenced the 2024 Tacoma install, so I believe for the 4Runner, it should be the exact same. So just take a plastic pry tool, pop it right underneath this, and then it does look like that we have the same 4 10mm bolts up top, so we're just gonna go ahead and take those out. So now with those bolts out, this screen should just come straight forward to, oh, and it does. Go ahead and just disconnect everything from this just by depressing the tabs on the back and pulling off all these cables. All right, so their harness only plugs into 2 tabs, again, per their video, which even though we took out the whole thing, it's still easier to maneuver around, but that's gonna go back into this far right-hand side one and the black one next to it. And I also just grounded the ground wire right there next to the fan. All right, and putting the amplifier in the center, just making sure over here on the passenger side, everything's lined up. Over here on the driver's side, everything's lined up. And then just with a little force, it was able to push itself all the way in. What a fingerprint magnet. We'll take care of that later, but everything's all lined up, so we'll go ahead, tighten everything up, see how it sounds. And they are the exact same settings as last time. All right, so I'm gonna make sure that we're still at volume 10. It's significantly louder at 10. Artlist.io. That is a lot clearer. The bass definitely hits harder too. At the same volume at least. Her voice should be coming again. Music licensing reimagined. So I definitely hear like more of the treble with it. Her voice is definitely a lot more clear too at the same volume. So essentially what this amplifier is doing, Toyota basically nannies their audio system. If you crank this system all the way up, you're gonna get everything out of it. What this amplifier is doing, it's essentially allowing you to have it a little bit earlier. So instead of cranking up the volume all the way. Like, I want to hear everything out of this JBL. This amplifier is kind of giving it to you a little bit quicker, which is actually nice because then you don't have to crank up the volume all the way to get the best of the trebles, to get the best of the bass and all that. Toyota just definitely makes sure that the system is safe and not, you know, blowing the speakers and stuff. Of course, you can blow the speakers if you turn this dial all the way up again, right? Even with Toyota stuff too, with how they nanny this system, if you're constantly listening to your music at full blast, it will definitely blow your speakers. But again, what this amp is doing is it's allowing you to just get that clarity, get that bass just a little bit sooner without having to turn the dial all the way up. That's why at the same volume 10, it was a lot louder, but also the bass was much more clear at that level, and also the treble was more clear, and her vocals were actually pretty spot on compared to the last time. So the real test is going to be driving this up to Toyota Mafia, because we're going to put a lift kit on this 4Runner. That's in another video, but I'm just going to jam out to my own music, what I normally listen to in this 4Runner on the way up there. Man, rest in peace, Toby Keith. So, been driving for about 30 minutes now. This amplifier is rad, man. I enjoyed it so much in my Tundra. Had it in there for almost a full year. Had zero issues with it. I will say one thing though. I listen to my music via YouTube Music. The bit rate is not the best. So what the song was that I used to test it, because it's royalty free, that was physically downloaded onto my phone with the best of clarity. So if you have Spotify and you have high res music, or you download the songs onto your phone, it's gonna sound even better. So I may start paying for Spotify, because there's nothing better than good clarity music. But the one thing that I have noticed with this amplifier, just like on my Tundra, is the vocals so much clearer, again, at a lower volume, the bass hits. And I've been driving, like I said, for 30 minutes, and I'm in a good mood, man, because the music's just jamming, and it's a great morning this morning. But the amplifier is doing really, really well. Let's go ahead now and install the throttle enhancer. So we got the lift on, had some fun, but when we were doing that, I was like, man, I want a little bit more throttle. So let's go ahead and install the little throttle enhancer from ShiftPower USA. Comes with the whole mechanism right here that's just gonna plug into our throttle pedal. You also have the little device right here. It does Bluetooth to your phone if you want, but this will help just kind of change the pedal command on the fly. And we also have the whole booklet too, and then with my password and everything for the Bluetooth module. All right, so I had to use a screwdriver from Ryan, but right back here, this is obviously our throttle pedal. And all the way up here, you have to depress the tab to get the harness out, and it is definitely in there. So had to use a little screwdriver, put it on the side, depress the tab, pop it up. Then all we're gonna do is just go ahead and take the throttle enhancer module. You plug the female end into the OEM harness, and then this will plug back into the actual pedal itself. So now with everything plugged in, I went ahead and plugged in the little module right here. That is the red tab. Since I'm about to just drive home and see how this is for you guys, I'm just gonna tuck pretty much everything up into here. And there we go. I actually just tucked everything back behind this and then put the module just right there. All right, got it all loaded up to my phone. I wanna show you guys some of the features and how it works. Now, disclaimer, they have their own disclaimers, okay? I have had this on my 5th gen 4Runner for, man, probably over 2 years now. Had it maybe even 3 years. Zero issues, no limp mode, no check engine light. That is just my 4Runner. I had no issues with this. Now, another thing too, well, John, just push the pedal down further. Throttle enhancers are the dumbest thing ever. They're a waste of money. On old vehicles, yes. Newer vehicles, where it's a drive-by-wire, it's an electronically controlled throttle body. No matter how hard, and I'll show you guys, no matter how hard you push the pedal down, the throttle body is always compensating for stuff. So that leads us into the app. I'm gonna go ahead and start to screen record. All right, so we're in the app. The cool thing is that you could turn the system completely off. So I have it off right now. Gonna put it into the D, drive mode, and it automatically goes to 25%. The cool thing is that with your finger, you can fine tune in the throttle response that you want out of it. So maybe, you know, sport or race is way too much for you, but you want to fine tune the actual percentages, you can. For sake of showing you guys, we're gonna go to 50% gain. look at the dial that says original and then shift power. This is what I'm talking about. If I mash the throttle, what the computer system does for the vehicle. But I'm just gonna go into it slowly. You can see that shift power one, it is beating out the original response. So that's what I'm talking about with what these throttle enhancers do. It's allowing the vehicle to get up and go a little bit quicker and opening up that throttle body to let the vehicle know, yo, I want to go. Now, a couple cool features is valet mode. So we're gonna go ahead, use my Face ID, go into valet mode. I'm gonna go ahead and just give it 15% gain. This is very cool. So when I put the vehicle into drive, let's say you want to put it into valet mode so people aren't ripping around your vehicle. I'm gonna go ahead and mash the pedal now. This is how fast a guy can go. My pedal is to the floor. Go ahead and go out of that. Now, a cool thing too is lockout mode. So let's say maybe you live in a unsafe area. We're gonna go ahead and go into lockout mode. Gonna put the vehicle into park. Or I'm sorry, into drive. I'm gonna put my foot onto the gas. Nothing. You can see right here, the original, that's wide open throttle. The shift power is giving it nothing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this into drive, maybe 15% or so. I already tried race mode. I'll just show you guys it. And to get out of lock mode, you have to press it again. We're gonna put it into race mode just real fast, and I'll just show you guys how peppy it is. So just barely throttle, and the vehicle wants to go. So that was pedal not even close to down. That was just a little bit of throttle, and it wanted to go. So like I said, I'm gonna put it into drive mode, do about 15, 20%, and then just see how it is driving on the highway away from Yoda Mafia. And the cool thing too is you see it's red right here. So I wanna go ahead and, you know, if your phone's not working, white means that it's completely off. We got the green, which is the D for drive probably, yellow, sport, kind of an orange for super sport. So if your phone dies, you still have the manual override. So now this should just be normal. Yeah, that's normal acceleration. All right, so I'm getting onto the 10 freeway right now. I have it at about 15%, and I just eased into the throttle, and it was actually pretty nice. Note, this 4Runner doesn't have the most dead pedal, but just getting onto the freeway, I noticed that I have to push the pedal down a little bit more, but that definitely was not the case here. So we just got up to Crestview, had a little bit of time on the highway, parked next to a 4Runner TRD Pro over there. But the throttle enhancer worked great. We had a little bit of traffic, getting back up to speed, coasting at 75 miles an hour, just giving it a little bit of gas. The vehicle did exactly what I thought it would do and a little bit better. So the throttle enhancer for this, while it's not as overly game-changing as it is in the 5th gen 4Runner. Again, they have products for older Tacomas, older 4Runners, a whole variety of Toyota products. I will leave their link for everything if you don't just have a 4Runner. But it worked very good. And again, the lockout feature is cool. Also the valet mode if you want to not mess with the valet people, but just have your vehicle be safe. It's really good. So that was a complete overview, guys, of the plug-in amplifier from BeatSonic. Also the throttle enhancer from ShiftPower USA. Again, I've been running their products for years now. They've been supporting the channel for years now, which is why I have a good, healthy discount code for you guys because, you know, when you work together and you make things work out, we get to hook each other up. So link and discount code, guys, are in the description. BeatSonic, ShiftPower, guys, thank you so much for supporting me, and I will catch you all in the next one. All right, see you later.